Hey there friends, Rebecca here, the Dragon Librarian from Farmington Community Library, and Alderana and I are here today to talk to you about a book that is really special, and we're super excited about it. It's something that I didn't really know anything about until I saw it in the library, and I was like, okay, I've never heard of this. I'm so hyped about it though when I saw who it was that the author was. So this is a book that's very interesting for a lot of reasons, but particularly because it doesn't really fall within the category of a book or a graphic novel. It's like somewhere in between. It's more like an illustrated novel, which seems kind of like a little bit of a cop-out to call it that, right? You're like, okay, it's either a book or it's a graphic novel. It can't be both, but it is kind of both. I would definitely more describe it as, like I said, an illustrated novel than really a graphic novel. Okay, so what am I talking about? What am I so excited about? So this is Shuna's Journey by Hayao Miyazaki. Shuna's Journey. Now, you might recognize this name, Miyazaki. If you are an anime fan, you might recognize it because he is the one that is in charge of Studio Ghibli, who has created such amazing classic films like Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, which is my particular favorite, The Cat Returns, Princess Mononoke. So he is just well renowned for storytelling and just beautifully crafting these pieces of artwork. Well, this is a new story, kind of. So it's new to us here in this country. It's not technically a new story. So this book was actually first published in the 1980s. But this version of it here, this English edition, this is the first time it's been translated until now. So it's just been translated into to English, and we are finally getting a chance to read this beautiful story, which has been around for 30-some years. So it's actually based on a Tibetan folktale, which is also really cool. And what it's about is basically about this young prince named Shuna who lives in this valley, this village in this valley that is really just not a great place to live. Like, it's beautiful, but it's really windswept and nothing can grow there very much. The people are always hungry. The animals are always hungry. It's just kind of a hopeless place, but the people have always lived there and they don't want to go anywhere else. This is just their, their livelihood. This is where they live, I mean, think about your home. Like, some things about it might not be great, but some things about it might be great and you might be really attached to it, right? So this is how these people are in this village. They don't want to go. Well, at some point, this really old, man stumbles into the village, tells him about this place that he's been with all this golden grain that is just as far as the eye can see. And then Shuna ends up saying, hey, I think I want to take a journey out to this place to see what this guy is talking about and try to bring some of this grain back so we can have some more food to, to sow and to create. And his father and the rest of the people don't want him to go. They said, no, it's against our laws. You have to stay here. But he goes anyway. And he takes his yucca, which is what this animal is here, which is sort of like a deer, sort of like a, I don't know, antelope maybe? Anyway, he takes this creature with him, and basically this is the story of his journey. The stuff that he comes across during the way, the people that he meets, does he actually get to the end? Does he find this golden grain? Does he save his village? Now that I will have to leave up to you because I don't want to spoil it. But I will say that this book has some of the most beautiful illustrations I've ever seen. So if you are a fan of Miyazaki's work prior to this, you will recognize some of the way that the people are drawn, right? It's a very distinct art style here. Right? And you can kind of see what I mean about it being an illustrated book. So the pictures are not cartoony. They're art. Like, look at how gorgeous this is. And the colors, and there's text, sure. But what there isn't a lot of is dialogue. So there might be a lot of text describing a lot of the stuff that's going on. But there isn't really a lot of actual dialogue, which is another reason why I would I'd kind of consider this more of a illustrated novel than an actual graphic novel. But it's not a regular novel, right? There's just so much going on here, and it's just so beautiful and amazing. I just can't get over how gorgeous these illustrations are. And here is a picture of this the village at the bottom of this valley. And the first introduction that we get to this is, these things may have happened long ago. They may be still to come. No one really knows anymore. At the bottom of an ancient valley carved out by a glacier, there was a small kingdom which time had abandoned. Like, how can you hear that and then not want to read further and see what is going on? So this is just absolutely gorgeous story. Hopefully, now Miyazaki has said he's not making any more movies, but hopefully this is going to be something that he does turn into a film, and because what a beautiful film that would be. So I highly recommend this if you like different kinds of stories. If you like graphic novels, if you like regular books, this will appeal to anybody and everyone that picks it up, because it is just simply beautiful with a fun, great story, full of adventure and mystery and magic, and just, it's amazing. And if this is your first time being introduced to Miyazaki, when you're done this and you find that you like it or not, then maybe try some of his movies that are really good. Totoro is another one that I forgot to mention earlier that's really great. So his newest kind of work, at least new to us here in the States, Shuna's Journey. Well, that's what we've got for you guys today. I hope that this book just sounds really fun and awesome, and that you end up loving it just as much as I did. If so, please feel free to come check it out from Farmington Community Library. And also, thank you so much for watching, friends. Have a wonderful rest of the day.